Mr. Speaker, it's not too often I come to the floor to oppose amendment, especially at this late hour. But when I was sworn in as a member of Congress, I took an oath to defend and uphold the Constitution. I have grave concerns that this amendment is unconstitutional. The U.S. Constitution expressly prohibits the federal government from enacting what are known as bills of attainder. A bill of attainder is a law that legislatively determines guilt and inflicts punishment upon an identifiable individual without provisions of the protections of the judicial trial. Courts use two main criteria to determine whether legislation is a bill of attainder. One, whether specific individuals are affected, and two, whether legislation inflicts punishment. Clearly, the specific prong is met here. The amendment punitively targets a specific individual, the IRS commissioner. The Supreme Court has held that targeting specific employees for reduction in pay is punishment. Specifically, United States v. Leavitt, the Supreme Court held that a provision in an appropriations bill which cut off the pay to certain named government employees was punishment and struck down that provision as unconstitutional. Under this precedent, punitively targeting the IRS commissioner in an appropriations law by reducing his pay is an unconstitutional act. Some might claim that because the IRS commissioner is appointed, this precedent is somehow not applicable. To the contrary, in Leavitt, the three government employees who had their pay cut were in fact appointees. Others might claim that because it names an office rather than an individual, it will somehow pass a constitutional test. This is a distinction without a difference. There is only one commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service. He is readily discernible. My fellow colleagues, this is not about whether you believe the IRS commissioner has done a good job or whether you believe he has committed an impeachable or censurable offense. This is a separate question, and this should be dealt in a separate process. This is not about defending the IRS commissioner. This is about defending the United States Constitution. We should uphold our oath. We should defeat this amendment, and I yield back the balance of my time.